Welcome to More Than Enough, a show where young adults showcase their talents and speak their minds. I'm your host, Grace Otley, the Distinguished Young Woman of Delaware 2017, and today we have a special guest with us, Miss Jasmine Levette, and she's going to share her story with us. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a college graduate. I graduated from California University of Pennsylvania in 2014. I'm currently going for my master's degree at Wilmington University for finance. And I currently work for Bank of America.
Okay, awesome. So what story do you have to share with us today?
My story is kind of an empowerment story, something that I want to share with the world about depression and suicidal attempts and, you know, not really feeling like you're worth it to be here on earth. Okay,
awesome. So can you walk us through the timeline, you know, how it started, what triggered it, and, you know, everything about yourself?
Absolutely. So back in 2011, my cousin passed away. It was kind of an instant passing. None of us knew, which I think hurt us more than anything. But at that time, I felt like I had to be strong for not only myself, but for my family. So I never cried once until the day of the funeral. Wow. And I just kind of bottled all my pain in. Right. And then let's jump forward a few years. My senior year of college, my pastor passed away. And not only was he just my pastor, but he was like my dad, my grandfather, my motivator, all in one. So him passing really broke my heart. As if I almost felt like my heart breaking. Mm-hmm. And so it was kind of like I lost someone very, very important to me.
And all these events keep happening. Like, it seems like you lost your cousin and then your pastor, but throughout, you know, all your loss, you didn't cry at all?
I bottled a lot of it in. I did cry at both funerals, but I definitely bottled a lot of my pain in and felt like I needed to be strong for, you know, number one, my mom, because she's been strong for me for 25 years. So to give her a little bit of that strongness back, that's what I felt like I had to do.
Right. So bottling this up, how did that sort of lead to, you know, the climax of the events happening?
I was actually going through a really, really bad breakup, and that's where everything kind of exploded. Mm-hmm. I was in my car, and I decided I was just going to go for a drive. And I was just going to let my mind clear, just go for a drive. And I ended up driving to Maryland, and I didn't know where I was, not at all. And I tossed my phone in the back of my car, so I didn't even have my phone on me. And I came to this bridge, and I stopped my car in front of it, and my mind instantly ran to driving off the bridge. And at that moment, my mom called, and it was kind of like a savior just came into the picture, because not only did I toss my phone in the back, but I didn't realize the volume was on.
Okay, so
my mom called, and I looked in the back of the car to see that my mom is calling. So I answered it, and she's like, "What's going on? Like, what? Just talk to me." And my mom's always that person where she hollers first, and then she asks questions later.
Right.
So I had to like elevate my voice on her, which I never do, and tell her like, "You don't understand what I'm going through."
So did she know that, did she know where you were when she called?
No.
No? Okay.
My mom was actually on vacation in Myrtle Beach.
Oh no.
And I literally had to look at street signs. My phone was dying. Look at street signs and try and figure out where I was. Mm-hmm. And my mom and my sister were on the phone, and they talked to me, and we prayed, and the whole time until I got home. Mm-hmm. I think at that point, my only motivation to go home was the fact that my baby girl was at home, Kaya, my little love of my life, my puppy.
What kind of puppy is she?
She is a Beagle Dachshund mix. She is like the most friendly puppy you'll ever meet.
So she was definitely that motivator to go home.
Definitely.
In addition to your mom calling.
Definitely, yeah. And because I knew, you know, you have a responsibility to her. You have to get home to her. Mm-hmm. But you know, once I got home, the next few days, I literally laid in bed. I didn't move. and it was really bad. People were constantly calling me. I was ignoring phone calls. I wasn't turning on the TV. I wasn't eating anything. So I was really going through a very depressive state, and I didn't realize it. Mm-hmm.
Now, did you show any signs to friends or family about, being depressed before the big event, at the bridge?
Not necessarily. I know sometimes I would, at family functions get a little irritated easily, and, kind of when I got home from work some days, I just kind of shut down, didn't really want to talk to anybody. So I guess those were kind of the early signs to myself. Mm-hmm. But I never really expressed those signs to anyone else.
Right.
So I don't think my family really knew.
Okay. So you were it was really a savior, like a God sent that your mom called just right before, as you were on the bridge.
Yeah, definitely, because I didn't even put the car in park, is what I'm trying to say, and I was literally ready to push the gas.
Wow. That's something that I've never heard before, and especially like a story so intense like that. I think we're going to take a break now, so we'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Establish power and control over another person through fear and intimidation.
It can happen to anyone, regardless of gender, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, income, or other factors.
We have the power to change this. Let's join together to help provide a voice for those who are suffering. Speak up.
Speak out.
Make a difference.